Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Brad Pauls. He is a middleweight boxer and he is 17 wins with 1 defeat with 9 wins by knockout. And Brad, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Thanks for having me on again.
Anytime, mate. And last time I had you on was before the Tyler Denny fight. And how did you feel in the ring, like in the fight? How did you feel in there?
I felt good. New experience for me. Obviously, first time I'd say properly on the bigger stage, biggest capacity I fought in front of. So maybe a little bit more nerves with that fight. Maybe I didn't perform my best, but full respect to Tyler. He was better boxer on the night, and I learned a lot and moved on.
And how hard was it to take your first defeat?
Yeah, horrible, absolutely horrible. It's the first time I'd lost in about 8 years, more, something like that. So it was real strange, but motivating, if anything. Put the fire in my belly, and I was straight back in the gym, and I'd learned from my mistakes.
You did, but would you say you never really got out of like second gear, really?
Yeah, I didn't box my best 100%. I know better than anyone how I can box, and that wasn't my absolute best self. I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's a mixture of the occasion, maybe a mixture of Tyler's quite good. He nullified strengths and he's a bit more experienced. But yeah, it wasn't my 100%, so I can definitely do a lot better than that.
And then you fought in your hometown, was it?
Close, yeah, it's close in Plymouth, so it's as close as I can get. I boxed there. I think it's about 7 weeks after, something like that.
Yeah, so you just jumped straight into another fight, which I love.
Yeah. I didn't want to sit and dwell too much on a loss, and I feel like I had a lot to put into practice. So we jumped straight back out and got a win. It was April the 1st. It was over 6 rounds.
He was a tough Polish man, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was. He gave me the rounds which I wanted, and he survived. So
he's game.
He was game, yeah. And he took a good shot. So yeah, it was just what I needed, to be honest.
Were you happy with your performance and a sort of homecoming in a way as well?
Yeah. We just used it as an opportunity to work on some of the stuff that didn't go as well in the Denny fight. But I think activity is key for me, and I knew I needed to be active. And I didn't want to dwell on a loss too much. So I think getting the win there has helped me get set up for my next fight against Mitchell. So it also adds up.
And how happy were you to get back to winning ways?
Yeah, it was buzzing. Yeah, it's never nice to lose. So that winning feeling is the best thing ever. So yeah, more of that to come, mate.
And of course, when you fought Denny, out of 10, what would you rate your performance?
Good question. Got to be like a 5 or a 6. Yeah, way off the mark, to be honest.
I could tell it wasn't you in there. Like, I could tell. Like, I've seen you box way better than you did on that night.
Yeah. If you can see it, my coach could see it. Anyone who knows me, who's seen me box before, could see it. But just one of those things. You don't get it right every single time.
It happens sometimes.
Learning, but I think I take away a lot from that fight, a lot of lessons, and I'll be back better.
But now you've got your I think Tyler vacated the belt now because it's now vacant, and you're fighting Mitch Frierson on the 9th, not the 9th, the 23rd of September at Yorkshire Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
And are you the main event? Do you know?
I think so. I think so. I ain't even asked Steve yet. I don't know. I'm not really fussed, to be honest. It doesn't really matter to me. But
yeah,
they added a female European title, so I didn't know if that would
And there's an English featherweight fight as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few
10 rounds.
Yeah, it's a really good card, actually.
It is stacked.
Yeah, it's stacked. Good show to be on, but I'm not sure. I'd be happy from the main event, to be honest, but I don't really bother me too much. But yeah, it's obviously Tyler's moved on from the English, which I'd say he's probably he's slightly above English level. He's won a version of the European since then, and yeah, vacated his English. So Steve put me straight in, and matched me with Mitch. So yeah,
And Mitch is with Steve as well.
Yeah. So really
easy fight to make.
Yeah, easy fight to make. Steve knows what he's doing, and it's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And what do you make of Mitchell Frierson as an opponent, like as a fighter?
You know what? I've only seen his last fight. That was it, and he boxed my gym mate, B's called, and he stopped him in 3 rounds.
What, Balraj Singh?
Balraj, that's it. Yeah, Balraj Singh. He stopped him in 3 rounds. So that's that Mitchell Frierson, he's good, and he'll give me a good fight. It's not an easy fight at all. So yeah, so I think it suits me, his style. I always like fighting taller people. Don't know why. Always have. And I think the styles will gel for an entertaining fight.
Yes, and of course he has been scheduled for 10 rounds before, but he hasn't gone because his fight with Balraj was scheduled for 10, but of course it didn't go all 10 rounds.
Yep.
And you've gone 10 rounds. Do you think if the fight goes to the later half of the fight, it could play into your hands?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe I've been in them difficult fights and been obviously gone to 10 rounds a couple of times. And I think, I'm probably edging Mitch on experience. A little bit like Tyler was edging me on experience. So I'm prepared for the full 10. And when it gets tough, 7, 8, 9, I've been there. And I know I can dig deep and get it done. So I think that sways in my favour slightly, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how excited are you to have another shot at the English title?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think Steve's done a brilliant job. I don't think many people knew Denny had vacated, and Steve knew somehow, and he got me straight in there. So it's the fights that you really get up for because there's loads to gain. Massive opportunity to get the English title, and then from there it'll open a lot of doors. So yeah, one for the history books. I don't think there's been a Cornishman with an English title before. So yeah, exciting.
And of course, you've got loads of people who, if you do win the title, there'll be loads of people coming after you. I mean, there's other people. I mean, there's an English title eliminator next week, which is Jordan Reynolds v Matt McCallum. Then there's also the likes of River, Brad Ray, as well, who would want to try and get another shot. So opens big doors, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a stacked division. There's another one as well. It was Jordan, and then there is
Jordan Reynolds.
Oh, and this Jordan Reynolds and this Mark Dickinson, Grant Dennis. I think they've got an eliminator.
I think Grant got injured though.
Okay. I don't know. I've heard it might still be going on. So you've got that. There's a British title eliminator between Aaron Sutton and Jerome Warburton. Yeah. So I'm guessing that puts you in a similar sort of bracket. So the middleweights are busy at the minute. So many domestic fights at middle. And then when I get that belt, it's going to be there's a queue right behind me if you're waiting for their shot. So
yeah,
I believe I get a voluntary first and then a mandatory, but all that's irrelevant. It's all about the 23rd of September. I don't think too far in the future, but yeah, first 23rd.
Would it make it sweeter winning the English title this time round?
Yeah, I think because I've not had it straightforward and I've faced some adversity, I think it does add a little bit more appreciation for it. So, yeah, I think because I've not had it easy and I've not had everything straight away, the appreciation would be a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And how's camp going?
Good. I knew about this fight probably 14, 15 weeks before. Steve let me know straight away. So I had a nice long training camp, and everything's just spot on, mate. Yeah, just grafting. I've got a nutritionist to help with the performance and the weight cut and stuff like that. Jack Coke, which should add a few percent. And yeah, just been in the gym, just perfecting my craft and just grafting. Yeah.
And so who have you been sparring? Have you been sparring with Linus a bit?
Always sparring with Linus, spar with Ellis Stewart, that Balraj thing. We went to the Peacock gym last week, sparred a couple lads there.
Did you spar Denzel?
Nah, he was in the gym. He was in the gym, but it was 2 rings. I was in the other ring. But yeah, I was watching his sparring. He's quality. But yeah, so all the sort of sparring I've got is sort of perfect because Linus is a little bit taller than me.
He's in camp as well.
He's in camp as well. I think Mitchell's 6 foot, 6'1". B's a bit taller, similar height. Ellis is a bit taller than me, similar height. So I've got good access to the sort of sparring I need, to be honest. If I've got some rounds in with Denzel, that'd be good. I think he's similar height. So yeah, it's all spot on, mate. It's all really good.
Is it annoying that Linus is like sort of the same weight as you? Of course, he's fighting for the British Eliminator.
Yeah, final eliminator. Yeah, and the WBA Intercontinental something, I think is. Yeah.
Against Conway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What was the question? Is it annoying we're the same weight?
Yeah.
No, not really. Good sparring. I'm really glad I've got Linus in the gym. Sparring him week in, week out, and he's probably a few levels above my opponent. So it's good to train with people a little bit better than where you're fighting. So I think that helps. I think in terms of manoeuvring our way around titles, yeah, I guess there's a bit of a queue, but there's so many belts, I suppose. Yeah, you can sort of work around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I've not known any different. We turned pro 8 years ago, so it's always been like that.
And then, is it good that you've got Balraj in the gym as well? Because of course he's fought Mitch, and have you been like, I don't know, taking tips off that fight?
Not really, to be honest. Me and B couldn't be more different fighters. I think I don't really look into their previous fights too much because I think you can overthink it a little bit. Me and B are completely different, and how he fought against B would be nothing how he was fighting against me because we're so different. So yeah, I'd look at him on his best performance, which I think was probably B, and that's who I think I'm fighting. Someone like that, someone that good. So,
do you see where Balraj went wrong?
Yeah, I think maybe he got thrown in a little bit deep. He'd only fought a few journeymen and then got thrown in for a title eliminator. I don't know if he's quite ready. I think he got cut and he didn't react too well to getting cut, and didn't box his best. But
it wasn't his night.
Well, it wasn't his night, and that's B, and that's his journey. Me and B are completely different.
He's got a comeback fight as well.
Yeah, so we're all fighting pretty much. So we've got our gym. So it's either, I think it's B, then Ellis, then me, and then 2 weeks later, then Linus. So we're all in camp together, all going through it together. So you've got a busy gym at the minute. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
I mean, your gym's busy, isn't it? And it'd be looking good if your gym has 2 new belts by the end of the year.
Yeah,
By the end of October.
Yeah, that's it. I was saying that to Linus today. There's a photo of me and Linus from 2019, and I had won the Southern Area, I think, the week before.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the changing room with my Southern Area, and he had just won the English against Denny. It's one of my favourite photos. And I've got the Southern Area, he's got the English. And then now I was saying, like, it's so close to me having the English, then he could have the British, but a little bit. He's getting the WBA Intercontinental, but
which is good.
It's good, but it'll be a similar sort of vibe. But yeah, it's good times for the gym. Yeah, we got a lot going on. It's good.
Do you think all 4 of you will get the stoppage win?
I'm not sure. I think Ellis and B are fighting real tough journeymen, and they don't get stopped often, and they're probably looking to get some rounds in. So I'm not sure about them. Me, very possible. Wouldn't bet against it. And then Linus, yeah, do you know what? I could see it. Yeah, I could see Linus getting a late stoppage. He can really go through the gears, Linus. So it's a possibility.
I'm looking forward to all 4 of your fights. It should be good.
Yeah, cheers, mate. It's exciting times.
Mm-hmm. And what do you see in Mitch as a fighter? Like, do you rate him as a fighter?
Yeah.
And what are you expecting from him?
Expecting a good fight. I think he's got a good engine. He's strong. He can come forward. He can box a little bit. He's got height. He's got ability. I think the styles will match up well with me to make an entertaining fight. I think, but there's just not enough to beat me. I don't think he's got what it takes to beat me. I feel like I'm better all round. I think they're slightly underestimating me, but that's fine. But yeah, I respect him. Respect him for taking the fight. I respect him. You know, he gets in there and he does it. So yeah, I think it'll be a good fight.
It will. And of course, you're both Steve Goodwin fighters. And do you know who's walking first or second? Not that matters.
I think we flip a coin or something at the weigh-in, something like that. I don't think it affects the result at all. I don't think it matters at all. But
and do you prefer day before weigh-in? I'm not sure if I asked you, day before or day in weigh-in. Do you prefer?
Day before is better. Get a bit more recovery time. But yeah, so we'll be doing day before. It'll be Friday. Be weighing in.
Oh yes, because it's the title fight.
Yeah. Which is good. A bit of recovery time. That's
good. So, do you have like a certain fight routine that you do on the day?
No, well, it depends. Just relax, really. Like, you can't really do too much. You could have a routine, but you can't really stray away from just relaxing and just limbering up and fueling.
So when you wake up, is your mind on the fight all day?
Nah, I try not to be. Like, I think you can overthink it. I think just think about feeling good, and so obviously it's in your minds, but you just don't want to let it overcome you. You just you know what's going on, but you're relaxed and you're not letting it overwhelm you.
Mm-hmm. And what can people expect from you on the 23rd of September? Just over a month now.
Yeah. Expect from me my best performance. I've added a few things to the camp. I've learned a lot. I've bringing a few corner sharps. Should be quite noisy. And yeah, a win for the Nuki Bomb.
Mm-hmm. And how much are the tickets for any one of your fans who want to come and support and haven't got your tickets already?
I think standard tickets are 50, but I only do it for a link, so it's a little bit more. It's like 54 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And in your call, I'd probably say the cheaper tickets are the better ones. If you can get
the balcony, yeah,
if you can get on the balcony, you've cracked it. Best seats in the house, but 50. I don't even know what ringside are. 65 or something, 70.
It's something like that.
Yeah, so
they should if they want to come, should they message you on Instagram?
Message me on Instagram. I'll send the link out. I've got quite a few coming up. It should be a good atmosphere, a good show, loads of title fights, and get involved.
And before I let you go, do you want to just thank anybody who's helping you in your career?
Yeah. Shout out to everyone who supports, likes, comments, any of that stuff. It means a lot. Thanks to all my sponsors. I posted about them recently. Thanks to my coach, Terry Stewards, nutritionist, Jack Coke, mental coach, sports mode, Lee. And yeah, thanks to anyone who supports. I appreciate it. Thanks to you, little man. Get me on the platform. Appreciate it. And you're doing well, mate. Keep going.
Thank you, mate. And a massive good luck with your fight.
Cheers, mate. I'll catch up with you after, and I'll show you the belt.
Thanks, mate. And good luck. Speak to you soon.
I'll speak to you soon. Nice one.
Bye, mate. Oh.